Everyone thinks real growth has to come with a dramatic milestone. Graduating, landing a promotion, finding love, or flipping your whole life upside down. Like a mighty salmon leaping over a waterfall while the crowd stands up and cheers. But the truth is, most change happens in tiny, quiet moments. So today, I'll show you 7 silent but powerful signs. If you see yourself in even a few of these, trust me, you're not standing still. You're growing. You're gathering strength. You're evolving. Right now. And if you recognize at least one of these signs in yourself, drop a comment. I see through it, so I know where you are on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Simple Sam so every week we can decode the small shifts that carry big power in your life. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. You're bothered by things you used to put up with. Ever scrolled past an old photo with your ex and thought, how on earth did I put up with that? It's like trying to eat cold pizza just to fill your stomach, then suddenly realizing, wait, I deserve way better. Jobs are the same. Back then, you could sit in a stuffy office, nodding at everything your boss said, convincing yourself, well, at least there's a paycheck. Now looking back, it feels like squeezing into those skinny jeans from 2012. Tight, suffocating, outdated. Even little things hit different now. A messy room that once didn't faze you suddenly feels unbearable, like sipping flat soda. What used to be tolerable now feels repulsive. Not because you've grown picky, but because your inner standards have shifted. Your internal compass has been upgraded. Anything out of alignment gets pushed out automatically. That's not harshness. That's awakening. Once you realize you deserve better, you'll never settle for what once kept you small. Chapter 2. You start unfollowing drama. There was a time when you'd spend hours arguing online, typing paragraph after paragraph to prove yourself right. Each send felt like a mini victory, a tiny hit of satisfaction. But soon, you saw how hollow it was. One day, you just stopped caring about those debates, not only online, but everywhere. People can argue all they want. You don't feel the need to explain, to convince, or to be validated. You simply let go. This doesn't mean you've lost. It means you've leveled up. Your nervous system isn't addicted to cheap dopamine hits anymore. It's choosing safety, calm, and peace. You understand that victory doesn't come from winning every argument, but from keeping your inner world quiet and steady. That's real strength. Sometimes peace is the greatest win. Chapter 3. You compare yourself less. You've started laughing at comparisons that used to sting. You see someone your age, thousands of followers, toned body, captions, deep like a philosopher, and instead of spiraling, you think, cool, but that doesn't have to be me. You watch another person turn a silly business idea like selling dish sponges into millions. The old you would have felt crushed. Now, you're just curious. Everyone has their own lane. No one can copy another's path. And the reverse is true too. The friend you once thought was ordinary may actually be living something you don't yet have. Quiet peace, a happy family, or the joy of simple living without needing to flaunt it. You finally see comparison for what it is, a bottomless trap. There will always be someone above and someone below, but you're no longer trapped on that leaderboard. You've stepped outside, watching life as a layered painting. Everyone in their own place. No winners, no losers. And that's freedom. You no longer need to prove anything. You just need to know you're farther than you were yesterday. That's enough. Chapter 4. You don't avoid risk. The right kind. You've learned. Being strong doesn't mean being fearless. You're scared like everyone else. But you don't let fear block your way. You start trying hard things, meaningful things, instead of clinging to the safe route. It's like jumping into cold water. The first second, your body screams, "Stop!" This is insane. But seconds later, you're awake, blood rushing, energy flooding through you. Every time you face fear, it feels the same uncomfortable at first, but it makes you stronger. You don't wait to feel confident before you act. You know confidence is born from action. From posting that project you kept hidden in drafts. From entering that new field you thought wasn't your turn yet. Hands trembling, heart racing, you still hit go. Others see risk and step back. You see risk, measure it, and step forward. Not reckless, not frozen strategic. You place the bet on yourself. The strong don't avoid risk. The strong manage it. And right now, you're proving that. Chapter 5. You welcome feedback. Even the good job, but kind. You know that feeling when someone compliments you but then slips in a but? The old you hated that. Heart pounding, defensive walls up, ready to argue, or staying silent but boiling inside. Because you equated criticism with being diminished. Now, it's different. You still feel a twinge, but instead of resisting, you pause and ask, is there something useful here? You stop seeing feedback as a wound and start seeing it as data, a map pointing to gaps you can fix. You've realized it's the hits to your weak spots that actually make you stronger. Every critique adds another layer of armor. The harshest comments? They're dragon claws tearing your armor only to forge it tougher, unbreakable. So instead of dreading the good job, but you're grateful, because those words aren't pulling you down, they're pushing you forward, not breaking you, but sharpening you. Chapter 6. You value small steps over big leaps. There was a time you only believed in explosions of change. All-nighters writing your life plan. A week of intense workouts for a new body. Waiting for one grand epiphany to change everything. But now you know. Lasting change doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small steps, repeated consistently. Science proves it. Improve just 1% a day, and in a year, you're not just 365% better. You're 37 times better, thanks to compound growth. 1% may seem trivial, but stack it up and it's unstoppable. That's why you now celebrate the quiet wins, crossing off a checklist, working out 5 more minutes, reading a few extra pages. Not flashy, but steady. Not a dramatic splash that leaves you drained, but small reps that build a foundation you can stand on forever. Others wait for miracles. You create them, one day at a time. The strong know 1% every day beats 100% in 1 week. Explosions fade. Steady growth compounds into a life transformed. Chapter 7. You rediscover joy in forgotten hobbies. There was a time you thought gardening was for retirees, photography for artsy types, cooking too much hassle, better to just order delivery. But then one day, you catch yourself planting succulents, chasing sunsets with a camera, or whipping up homemade pasta and loving it. It's not that you've turned into someone else. You've simply opened up to parts of yourself you once ignored. You realize, oh, I can actually find joy in coaxing a cactus to grow, or in filling the kitchen with the smell of garlic. You don't need to become a master chef or a million-follower photographer. It's enough that you're curious, that you're willing to try. Every new hobby is proof you're not a fixed version you can expand, upgrade, and always find fresh pockets of joy. Put simply, if you once thought, that's not me, but now you're doing it and it feels great, congrats, you've just upgraded yourself. And maybe this version of you is even more fun. Conclusion. True strength isn't loud. It lives in the quiet shifts, the moments you compare less, step through fear, and treasure the small wins. These are the signs you're already beyond the you of yesterday. If you see yourself in these signs, leave a comment. That's me in there. And don't forget to subscribe to Simple Sam so every week you get a small reminder that you're growing stronger every day. See you soon.